Hi, I'm Kitty Greenwald and this is Slow Food Fast. Today we're making poached shrimp, butter-braised asparagus, and a nice rich Hollandaise sauce. It's a three-part dish that's ideal for a springtime lunch thanks to the thick, luscious Hollandaise sauce. It comes from Sean Brock of Charleston, South Carolina, and his restaurants are Husk and McCrady's. The first thing you want to do to get this recipe done as quickly as possible is to prepare your poaching liquid. 2 to 3 washed lemons halved, you don't need to slice it. We're going to go simple and add a fresh bay leaf, 1 tablespoon peppercorns, 1 cup white wine, and a quart vegetable stock or water. And this is going to simmer on the back stove while I pull together my Hollandaise sauce. There are a few ways of making a Hollandaise sauce. You can make Hollandaise in a blender. We're not going to do that. We're just going to whisk the yolk slowly over the double boiler and incorporate the butter as we whisk. I'm setting up a loosey-goosey double boiler. I'm bringing the water up to a boil. And then I'm going to play with the heat some as I whisk the yolks. So it's 2 yolks. I'm going to add a tablespoon of vinegar, a pinch of salt, and a bit of cayenne. And now here's where you're going to be impressed by my strength. It's some whisking. So before I put the bowl over the simmering water, I'm going to start whisking the eggs so that they're frothy and well combined. And you're going to see, as I continue to cook, that they thicken. What I don't want is for these eggs to scramble. By taking this on and off the heat, I'm just controlling the temperature. If it's gotten too hot off the heat, I'll continue to whisk and whisk out some of that heat. It's grown in volume and lightened in color. And the consistency Sean recommends us getting it up to is heavy cream. So that's about thick enough. So slowly, I'm going to take an unapologetic amount of butter and whisk it in. It's 1 stick, working little by little, playing with the gentle heat. So now that those 2 are incorporated and they've melted in, I'm adding another 2 pieces. Woo-hoo. I'm adding my last 2 pieces of butter, and I'm whisking. I'm getting hungry, and that's it. We made it. You're going to season it to taste. And you want to use plenty of lemon juice here. And this can just hold as is for about an hour. A blessing of springtime is asparagus season. What you want to do is cut off the end, which is dry, which you don't want. Where it naturally snaps is sort of the point where you can use as your measure for cutting a whole bunch. Snap 1, line up the whole bunch, and just cut through them all. If you feel like peeling them, go ahead and peel them. Some people think this skin can be bitter. I don't really mind it, but here it is, peeled, no big deal. Set your pan over medium to medium-high heat. Add 3 tablespoons butter. If these all fit in one layer, I'm just going to put it all in. Season it with a bit of salt. Num, num, num. Make sure they're cooking evenly. Roll them around. And we're going to cook till they're just tender. Probably about 5 minutes, but don't be afraid to taste as you go. Okay, those look ready. We've got ourselves some nice asparagus. I'm going to move the stock to this burner. And it's been simmering now the length of the recipe, so it's ready for the shrimp. We're using a pound of peeled and deveined shrimp. Turn off the broth, put the shrimp in, and let it just cook in the very hot water. What you want to be mindful of is that you don't overcook it. I'm going to put a lid on it and let it sit for about 3 minutes. Since not overcooking is important, I'm not going to let it go too long. You can tell shrimp are ready not only when they change color, but also when they start to curl. When they're totally hunchback and shriveled up, that means that you've gone too far. What you're hoping to retain here is a delicate quality to the meat. Squirt a little lemon juice over these shrimp. And I'm going to show you how to plate. Nice and green. couple shrimp. And the force behind this dish, Hollandaise sauce. I'm sure it tastes delicious. Worth all the whisking. It's very nice and lemony. The lemon cuts through the butter-glossed asparagus. And the Hollandaise is sort of the crowning glory. It's so good. And that's today's Slow Food Fast recipe. I hope you enjoy it outside on a nice spring day.